Okay. Alrighty. Good afternoon, boys and girls. On your desk you have a DVD plans packet, and your name, date, and period number should be written down on it. I'm going to ask that you follow my lead with this packet. So please don't flip ahead or fill anything out until I give you directions to do so. Okay? So yesterday we started a conversation about the economic status of our world and how there's been a lot of talk in the news and in the media about the financial markets here in the US and around the world. We also then had a conversation about making responsible decisions when we're spending our money, and one of the ways in which we can do that is to work with cost analysis and to really analyze the prices of items that we're spending our money on. So I'd like for you to just think for a moment about the prompt that we worked with yesterday. What was the task I asked you to work with yesterday? And that was your ticket out the door. So go ahead and think about it for a moment. Go ahead and talk to your shoulder partner.
Plan was when they're all the same amount on a certain day or a certain amount of DVD rentals.
So could someone share out what the prompt was yesterday? What were you looking for? Amir?
Well, we had these three services that we could rent DVDs. But what you asked us was that to try to figure out how many DVDs or how many would it take for us to have it the same, cost the same money.
Okay. Thank you, Amir. Could I have someone restate what Amir just shared? Danielle?
At one point, all three of the services will be the same amount.
Okay.
We were supposed to make a table.
Okay. So Danielle added this last piece that we were supposed to make a table. In addition to a table, there was another representation that I asked you to use. What was that representation? Melanie? Verbal representation. Thank you. So right now I'd like for you to take a moment to think about how did you get started on your tabular representation on your table and on your verbal representation. So how did you get started? On the back side of your DVD plans packet is a pink sheet. Go ahead and flip your packet over. And there's a question. How did you get started? So I'd like for you to take a few moments right now to write down some ideas of how you got started on your table and on your verbal representation. Go ahead and do that now, please. So Tracy, here's a helpful hint. When you're talking about how you got started on your table, you can tell us how you set up your table. Okay? Sam? So I see that you're actually starting to make a new table on your paper. If you, could you explain to me how you set it up? Okay. Daniel? Vas a poner en palabras que hiciste mañana, ¿cómo se dice ayer? Con ese problema. ¿Qué hiciste con su papel?
Hacer la tabla.
Sí.
Y
¿Cómo empezaba? Melanie, can you help me with how did you get started with the table?
¿Cómo empezaste con la tabla que hiciste ayer?
¿Y puedes escribirlo en español si puedes?
Sí.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask that you start wrapping up your thoughts. And boys and girls, even if you're not done with your writing, I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk to your shoulder partner. If you are a red card, I'd like for you to share first, and that's where you can complete your thoughts.
So I started with the table, and I knew that one of the movie rentals was $18 per month and unlimited, so I knew that if I wanted them all equal together, I would have to get $18 for all of them. And then I kept multiplying. I kept adding each one by its own number every time. And then the sixth time I did it, all three of the movie rentals were $18, so that's how I got that. And then on my verbal representation, I just put the chart into words. So I just told them practically what I just told you. Yeah.
So now I'm going to give you the opportunity to share out. We'll take a couple of straight responses. You want to share how they set up their table, how they got started? Excuse me, how they got started? Charles?
I knew that one of the movies was $18 per month no matter what. So if I wanted them all together, I'd have to have $18 for all of them. So I got the other two and I kept adding them by itself until I got $18 for both of them. And that's how I set up my chart.
Thank you, Charles. Would someone else like to share how they got started? Some of the ideas I heard some of you talking about were that you got started by setting up your table by business. So that was one thing that some students did. And another thing that students did is they organized it by money. That was part of how they set up their table. Is there any other way that students set up their table or got started? Okay. We'll continue on then. Today we're going to look at